This video is brought to you by CoolStuffInc.com. If you're looking to pick up sealed product or single Magic the Gathering or some box games from Games Workshop, use the link in the description below and get 5% off your next order. This, my friends, is Ghazghkull Thraka, the biggest and the baddest and most brutal and most cunningest of all the orcs. The war boss to boss all wars. He's the leader of the Great War, the beast himself. He's respected and feared in equal measure. There are very few single combatants in the known universe that can take on Ghazghkull motherfucking Thraka and come out the other side in one piece. Babute Gulliman, trash. Dante, eat shit. Celestine, Gef. High Tyrant, more like shit Tyrant, am I right? And of course, there's probably some Eldar. Don't make me laugh. It is no exaggeration to describe Gaz as a double hard bastard. An absolute unit in close combat, a melee blender, a proverbial and literal monster. He's actually a monster on his data sheet. Oh, and he has a big gun too, but it's kind of shit. We only find worthy opponents for Gaz when we step away from the singular creatures and move into the world of war machines and huge monsters. And I ain't talking about Redemptor Dreadnoughts. Robocop 2 calling it wants his visual designs back. Or Democarions, let's be real, these aren't going to be that good for too long. They've been no menace for a while. They're going to be bad in the next Forge World, but a knight? Ha! You can have all the honor you want. Gaz is still going to hollow out your skull and use it as a latrine to shit in. So I thought to myself, what is a worthy opponent for my man Gaz? Well, how big can we go? Titans. The biggest motherfuckers around. Only bought by people suffering from a severe midlife crisis or trying to make clickbait videos on the internet. I'm only joking, guy. Love you, really. Call me. In canon, these are monstrous war machines of the Imperium that are unleashed to single-handedly crush the resistances of entire civilizations against the might of the Imperium. Non-compliant world, just drop a little Titan into the mix and soon everyone's sucking on the arsehole of the Emperor. A real change of heart and I can't possibly understand why. There are various available Titans in the game, so I decided to just say fuck it and go for the biggest. The Warlord. A towering behemoth of resin, a literal nightmare to assemble because Forge World's quality is shockingly bad for the price. This mad bastard of a model is, as equipped for today's video, $2,000 to buy from the Forge World website. It will probably arrive a month late and will take you weeks and weeks to put together as you have to file off mold lines, find slips, probably have bits missing. Good old Forge World experience. Look at the size of this fucking thing in this photo here. Let's do some scale here. As you can see, I have a banana for scale. This is a Warlord Titan. Now, of course, this is TTS, so it might not be actually that big, but you get the idea of how fucking large it is, even if this is off a little bit. Please ignore my bowl of assorted snacks. So I thought this would be a real test of Ghazghkull Thraka's abilities, right? But then I realized the Warlord Titan is 5,500 points in game, the cost of nearly 3 entire competitive armies. Meanwhile, lowly Ghazghkull Thraka is a simple 300 points. So I thought, why not make it a fair fight? We need more Thrakas. So a Warlord Titan is $2,000 and Ghazghkull Thraka is $70. American prices are fucking wild. That's 28.5 Ghazghkull Thrakas. I soon realized that wouldn't be fair either, as Ghazghkull Thraka's a fucking monster. So I thought, let's just do it by in-game points. 18.3 Ghazghkull Thrakas. Look, I don't make midwinter minis bucks, and I'm also too cool to own a Warlord Titan. I just own a lot of smaller toys to make me cooler. Also, weirdly, I don't have access to like 18 and a third Ghazghkull Thrakas. I'm a normal person who only owns around 4. So for this incredibly scientific experiment, we're going to be using Tabletop Simulator. This is a program available on the Steam store. You can use mods to play pretty much any tabletop game, and today I'm using mods to play Warhammer 40k. I say play Warhammer 40k. I'm actually going to throw 18.5 Ghazghkull Thrakas at a Warlord Titan. Now, to be exact, it's only 18.3 Ghazghkull Thrakas, so I'm going to use a third of a Ghazghkull Thrakas. It's going to be a squad of 9 to 10 boys. I'm not going to use them in the fight. They're just going to like be cheerleaders on the back. But then we have 18 Ghazghkull Thrakas. These bad boys here, 12 wounds a pop, absolute monsters in melee, and most importantly, which makes this game very unfair, is that each of them can take 4 wounds a phase. That means that a Warlord Titan cannot kill one of these in one shooting phase if it's not already injured. Fighting against it is this Warlord Titan, 5,500 points of model. This is a T9, 120 wound fucking Titan. It has void shields, which means it has an in-run save against ranged attacks that you have to like deplete fully to get rid of. Doesn't matter though, Gaz ain't going to be doing much shooting. He's going to be crumping the fuck out of it. Today's mission does not matter. It's Ghazghkull Thrakas versus a Warlord Titan. I am going long ways deployment to give the Warlord Titan a small chance. I think it's going to get absolutely fucked. The map, I've also made sure there is at least some terrain so the Warlord Titan can basically push up to that terrain and block off some of the access to the Ghazghkull Thrakas. Ghazghkull, like I said, is metaphorically a monster, as in he will fuck you up and he's scary, but he's also literally a monster. What that means is that when he tries to move through a building, he just can't. Monsters cannot breach buildings. This gives the Warlord Titan some chance to lessen the swarm of Ghazghkull motherfucking Thrakas. Deployment is as so. The Warlord Titan is just going to stand there like and use these buildings as blocking terrain. Meanwhile, I've deployed all Ghazghkull Thrakas on the starting line, and they will be running towards the enemy. They probably won't declare the Great War, which allows them to advance and charge until turn 2, when some of them will be injured. Also, don't forget the Warlord Titan will get to fire Overwatch. I'm going to give it CP for that, which will allow it to hit on 5s and 6s with some of his weapons, so maybe pop a Thraka or 2. Yes, I'm playing this on my own. Yes, it's for your amusement. If you want to get involved with playing 40k on TTS, why don't you join my Discord server via my Patreon? For $2 a month, you get access to an Altar sleeve each month with free shipping, the Discord server itself, access to the Warhammer 40k, and Magic the Gathering events that we run on there with prizes. And the higher tier patrons get to hang out and chat to me about video content for the future as well. With that out of the way, let the battle commence. We're going to roll for first turn. Warlord Titan gets a 2. Ghazghkull Thraka et al. Gets a 6. Ghazghkull Thraka goes first. We should begin the turn with Ghazghkull Thraka. Every single Thraka is going to advance. I'm not going to show you all this shit. I've rolled a 4 for the first one, plus the 7 inches of movements. That's 11 inches. Let's see how far they all get. Only one of the Thrakas so far has rolled a 1. Look at him lagging behind the others. He's even getting in the way of the other ones having to go around him. What a bastard. This one's not even going to go around him. He's going to wait patiently. Making it further away from the Titan is kind of pointless. We come to the sighting phase and do nothing because we're not psychers. We go to the shooting phase and every single Gaz has got a fucking machine gun to shoot. But we advanced everyone. So we're not going to be firing 18 times 16 shots this turn. Maybe next turn. It is now time for the Warlord Titan to unleash its okay firepower. It's not that impressive, but we'll see. The Warlord Titan will begin by moving to here, just to body block a little bit better with these buildings, and then it's time to start shooting.
I started blasting. Bang!
We've loaded out our Warlord Titan with 2 Apocalypse launchers, 2 Ardent Defense las cannons, 2 Ardex Defense maulers, a Belcosa volcano cannon, a macro Gatling blaster, and of course his feet to tap dance on them later on in melee. He's going to be splitting fire because Ghazghkull Thraka has a rule where he can take 4 wounds per phase. The Apocalypse launcher has a range of 24 to 200 inches. Which means, I've just realised, it can't fire it. It's got a minimum range. It can't fire it if they get too close. So it's only got this turn to fire the Apocalypse launchers. It's going to fire its first Apocalypse launcher at this back one here, and the next Apocalypse launcher at this back one here. The first one is 2d6 shots, 7, hitting on 3s. Wounding on 3s, strength 9 into T7. AP 2, which means Gaz on a 4-up save. Gaz makes both the saves. The first Apocalypse launcher, which is this missile thing on its shoulder. Well, I guess it's actually the wrong thing modeled. That's actually a different gun, but don't look too closely. It failed to injure this Ghazghkull Thraka. This is not going well for the Warlord Titan. The next one does a lot better, gets through 4 hits at damage 2 each, but of course Gaz can take 4 wounds, so the second Gaz takes 4 wounds. Next up, boys, Defensor Lasers is going to fire Defensor Lasers 1 into this Ghazghkull Thraka, which is our Warlord, by the way. He has +1 AP and +1 attack for being the Warlord. It's only fair we get 1 Warlord if they've got 1 Warlord. Am I right? And the other Defensor Laser is just going to go into this Ghazghkull Thraka here as well, trying to do 4 wounds to as many Ghazghkulls as we can. Into the Warlord on 3s. On 3s again. Fails to wound the Warlord. Good. Good talk, Warlord Titan. 3s again, and 3s again. Fails to wound that one too. What a piece of fucking shit. Imagine spending $2,000 on this to fail to wound 3 Ghazghkull Thrakas. I'm letting it fire its guns as if, like, you're meant to declare all guns at once, right? In Warhammer, I'm letting it fire as if they're separate activation. Who gives a fuck? He's going to fire the Mauler into the Warlord, and a Mauler into the other one again. 3s. Wow. 5s, because it's strength 6. Fails to injure the Warlord. 3s. 3s again. and then 3s. 5s, sorry. 4-up save, fail 1. This Gaz takes 2. The Volcano Cannon has 3 D3 shots of strength 20, AP 5, damage 12. This thing's overkill into most models in the game, but Ghazghkull Thraka can take it on the chin. It's going to target the closest Gaz here. This one here. 6 shots. 3s, 2s at strength 20. Still misses faster wound. Fuck me. AP 5, so 4-up invuln. Does 4 entire wounds to this Gaz. And then the macro Gatling laser is going to shoot into the one next to it. 100-inch range, so I think it's in range. 9 shots of strength 9 on 3s. And then 3s again. Fucking Christ. This is why I'm no good at Warhammer. I can't roll very well. Invulns for that Gaz. Makes 1, fails 1. It's 4 damage a hit. So this Gaz is also taking 4. As you can see, 4 of the Gazes have been injured. 4, 4, 4, and 2. A fucking shocking display of firepower from a 5,500 point, $2,000 model. It's not going to be charging anyone right now because it doesn't want to get fucked by Ghazghkulls, so it's over to Ghazghkull. In this turn, we're going to declare a Great War. What that means is that Ghazghkull Thraka can now advance and charge. Every single Gaz, apart from these back 3, will be advancing, so they can all charge. The back 3 might actually fire some shots, although this thing has got 8 void shields. So actually, that's fucking pointless. Everyone's advancing. Warlord Gaz gets a 1, because of course he fucking does. So the end of movement, this one that rolled a 1 last time rolled a 1 again, so it only moves 8. The difficult ground patches have slowed down some of the Gazes, but some of them rolled some good rolls, 5s and 6s. It's time to go to the charge phase now. Don't forget, all orcs get to re-roll their charge rolls fully now in the new book, not one singular dice. So we're going to get 2 shots at each one trying to get in, although only some of the Gazes can, and the Warlord Titan's going to get to do Overwatch. Ghazghkull Thraka number 1. This one here who's on 8 wounds is coming in for a 10-inch charge. The Warlord Titan will be firing Overwatch. Firing 2 RX lasers that hit on 5s. There we go. Wounding on 3s. 4-up invuln. Ghazghkull makes it. The defense maulers also hit on 5s. 12 shots. Wounding on 5s because of the toughness. 1 wound. Does Gaz save it? He does not. He takes 2. 3d3 volcano shots. No hits. 12 shots of macro. These are hitting on 6s. 2 hits. Macro lasers, strength 9. Wounding on 3s. 2 wounds. Does Gaz save it on a 4-up? He does not. He takes an additional 8 damage, but of course, can only take 4 this phase. But this Gaz is now on 4 wounds. The important thing to know about Ghazghkull Thraka, though, is as he gets more injured, he loses both movement speed and he loses strength, but he gains attacks. This Gaz needs to make a 10. He has failed. He needs... well, less than a 10. It's more of a 9. He's going to re-roll with here we go, here we go, here we go. And has failed. This Ghazghkull Thraka has not got in. And is also probably body blocking all the other Ghazghkull Thrakas. It's a real fucking Ghazghkull Thraka sausage party over here. Warlord Ghazghkull Thraka now is what? Maybe a 10 or an 11 away? Does not make it. Here we go. Let's re-roll. Does not make it. Next Gaz. Much closer. Still outside of an 11. Probably needs under a 10. This Gaz has made it with an 11. This Gaz now only makes it into within an inch to fight this Warlord Titan in melee combat, and unfortunately probably body blocks the other Gaz from ever getting in. Trying for a 12 on the only Gaz that can get in. Fail it, here we go. And we failed that too. Fuck. Okay, it's this one Ghazghkull Thraka, which is not the Warlord Thraka. 5 attacks by default, plus 1 for being in the Great War. Ghazghkull Thraka is strength 7, plus 1 on the charge for being a Goth, strength 8 times 2 because of Gork's Claw. I think you do the multiplication before plussing. So actually 40 is 15, and the Warlord Titan is T9. So Gaz is still wounding the Warlord Titan on 3s. 6s explode into additional hits, and it's important to remember that Ghazghkull Thraka gets to reroll all of his own hits, and every hit for all Goths within 6 of him. Hitting on 2s, 6s are good, rerolling all. 3 6s. Let's just reroll. I'm going to reroll the 1 and the 3. I'm going to fish for some more 6s here. We didn't get them. We lost to 1. We generate 3 more 6s from the exploding 6s of Goths because orcs are fun. And now I'm wounding on 3s. Actually, pretty piss poor roll, honestly. AP 4 against the Warlord Titan save of 2 up means they have saving on 6s. They save 2. They take 3 hits from Ghazghkull. The Claw of Gaz is 4 wounds a pop. The Warlord Titan takes 12 wounds. It takes 10% of its health from 1 lukewarm Ghazghkull Thraka attack. It now gets to attack back. A Warlord Titan has 4 attacks, but when it uses its feet, it gets to double them, so 8 attacks. Hitting on 4s, because the weapon's skill 4, loses all but 1, fuck me. Strength user is 9, so we're going to be winning on 3s. We wound. Ghazghkull has an invuln save of 4 up. He saves. Ghazghkull takes 0 damage. Fuck, maybe you should have just won Warlord Titan versus 1 Gaz. Maybe Gaz would have got there with some CP. It's the Warlord Titan's turn now. They can fall back and shoot as described in the core rules, and they can fall back and charge as their own character sheet says so. So what this Warlord Titan's going to do is going to fall back, it's going to fire all its guns that it can, because it can't fire blast and melee, and they're going to charge and try and kill this Ghazghkull Thraka, because it's in a bad spot. There's a lot of Thrakas coming. It falls back away from this Thraka here. I'm then going to unload its guns and show you the pandemonium afterwards. I say pandemonium. It's not going to kill shit. So both its Apocalypse launchers are now useless because everything is within 24, I believe. Oh, it's not. It can fire at the long stragglers in the back. First Apocalypse launcher fails to injure anything, because fuck me. Second Apocalypse launcher gets through 1 wound on a Ghazghkull. Do they save it? They do. No damage. Both Apocalypse launchers fail to wound. It's now going to start focus firing down some Gazes. So it's going to fire a laser into each of these models. One fails to hit. The other fails to hit. And it's going to fire its Ardexes into the same models. Fails to wound. Fails to wound again. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Macro into the same unit. Does 4 singular wounds to this Ghazghkull Thraka. And lastly, Volcano Cannon. The Volcano Cannon actually does 3 landing wounds of 36 damage. But because the way Ghazghkull Thraka is arranged, he takes 4. Good old Gaz. It's charging time. This Warlord Titan needs to clear this building, so it only needs like less than a 7. It got a 12. It gets in, but of course that means this Ghazghkull Thraka can heroically intervene. So what it's going to do is going to pivot. It's going to pivot on the spot as it moves to avoid being heroically intervened onto. It can't because of the building on the side of the thing. It's going to have to let him in. Fuck. At the end of the charge phase, this Ghazghkull Thraka gets in 3 inches. The Titan's going to go first. It's going to try and slap this Ghazghkull Thraka with 2 of its feet attacks and the other one with the other 2. Into the injured Gaz on 4s. And then on 3s. And then Gaz has got a 4-up invuln. Does the Gaz survive? He does not. The Titan has successfully killed 1 Ghazghkull Thraka. I forgot to put the cheerleaders in. Orc cheer squad are here to support the Ghazghkull effort. And then can it injure the other Gaz? It does get through. Does it save? It does not save all. Gaz takes 4. For the record, each foot landing, I'm also off the map, my bad, is 5 damage, but Gaz can only take 4. This Gaz has 5 attacks, plus the 1 from the Great War, so he's on 6 attacks, and he's plus 1 strength again, so he's still only wounding on 3s, though. 2s to hit, 6s explode. I'm going to reroll and fish for 6s here. Wow. We got there, look at that. That's 4 more attacks. Went in with 6 attacks, came out of 9. This is why Gaz is a beast. Wounding on 3s. Oof. That many 6-ups makes 1. Each one of these is 4 damage, by the way. Ghazghkull Thraka just hit this thing for 28 damage. The Warlord Titan goes to 80 wounds total. And that's 2 Gazes have fought so far. I think it might die this turn. It piles in. Let's do some movement for the Ghazghkulls. These 2 Gazes back here advance to try and get past this dirty ground, and they fucking didn't manage it. The rest of these here are all clumped up within 18 inches of the Warlord Titan in order to fire their Daka guns. And then all this lot over here are getting ready to charge if and where they can fit in. Shooting time, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Ghazghkulls firing 16 shots each. It's 112 shots. I'm just going to roll them all together because it's easier. Like all orcs, Gaz is hitting on 5s. Not terrible, honestly. 7 Ghazghkull Thrakas score 38 hits. Wounding on 5s. That is 12 saves of 3-up. We deplete 1 entire Void Shield. That was a completely fruitless exercise. It still has 7 Void Shields before we can do any damage to it. What a load of shit. Now it's already in combat, so it can't fire Overwatch, so we're going to go in with a Ghazghkull Thraka. In. Like a 90s hacker. In with another Ghazghkull Thraka. This one here. This Ghazghkull Thraka is going to try and make it around the building. Fails on a 3. We're going to re-roll that with, here we go. That is an 8. We can clear the building with a 6. We can go another 2 this way. Gaz is in? Just in. Maybe I should say that's not in. Fuck it, who cares? He's in. Look. Yeah, he's in. An injured Gaz going in. Just about makes it. And that's it. I can only get 5 Gazes in. Now, I'm going to roll Gazes together here because I don't see any downside to that. So all 4 Gazes that are not injured to a point that they have more attacks and less strength are going to attack together. One of them's a Warlord with extra AP, so actually I'll roll him last. That's 3 Gazes at 5 attacks each. I'm in the second stage of the Great War, so 1 attack each from that. So there's 18 attacks from Gaz. Hitting on 2s, exploding 6s, re-rolling all. I'm just going to fish for 6s because I am no coward. Ah, look at the number of 1s! Oh, that was bad. And then we're wounding on 3s. That many 6-ups. The Warlord Titan takes 8 times 4. It takes 32 damage from the non-Warlord, non-injured Gazes. It's down to 48. Warlord Gaz is not injured, so he's 5, plus the 1 from the Warlord trait, plus the 1 from the Great War. On 2s, 2 exploding. I'm going to re-roll the 1. I'm going to fish for a 6 with a 3. Shouldn't really stop doing that. I always drop 1. 2 extra in. Wounding on 3s. That many AP plus 1 because of his Warlord trait, which means no save. He takes 20 damage. The Warlord Titan's on 20. The injured Gaz. He's on his second bracket, so he's 6 attacks, plus 1 from the Great War. Hitting on 2s. 2 exploding. I'm not going to fish. Strength 6 times 2 is 12, plus 1 on the charge is 13. Still wounding on 3s. That's pretty bad, honestly. 6 up saves. This Gaz does 4 times 4. 16 more damage. The Warlord Titan is on 12. It fights back valiantly to try and crush this 4 wound Gaz. It's going to put 4 into that and 4 into the 8 wound one. Into the 4 wounder. Now bear in mind, the Warlord Titan is now injured. If it is below 30 wounds, it actually has a weapon skill of 6. It's only hit on 6s, so it failed. Knowing that, actually, I would have put all the attacks into the injured one. It failed to injure it at all. Its weapon skill is also now... It's now a 5 up, so next turn it's going to struggle real bad to kill shit. On its turn, it falls back. It can fall back through the engagement range of other units, and it can fall back through units in general that aren't Titanic because it's Titanic itself. I tried to color code it red, by the way, and I accidentally only color coded its knee. Didn't realize it was separate parts. That's really interesting. Boop. No, it's just the knee that can be color-coded. I'm going to race through its shooting and see how many damage it does before the Ghazghkull hammer comes down. 2 wounds here. 4 wounds here. Gaz makes his save here against the laser and it misses with the other one. Fucking Christ. Gaz fails to save here and goes to 2. It fails to injure with the second laser. It fails to injure with the second mauler. Gaz here saves its both volcano shots, taking 0 damage. Fuck me. And then it fires its macro laser to try and finish 1 more Gaz. On 5s. On 3s. On a 4 up to not die Gaz. This Gaz survives that as well. It's going to charge over these into this Gaz. I think they can charge over units, but we're just going to try and let it kill 1 more Gaz. It fails the charge. It's a 10-incher, and it rolled a 6. Oh boy. This Gaz heroically intervenes because it's within 3. This Gaz is not within 3 at the end of the charge phase, so cannot heroically intervene. This Gaz is going to have a go. On 2s, exploding 6s, that's another 4 hits. On 3s, that many 6-ups. We actually make 2 of them, but that's 7 times 4. That's 21 damage. The Warlord Titan is dead. Heroically intervened into in its turn by 1 motherfucking Ghazghkull Thraka. Look at this boy. Look at this champion. He fells the Warlord Titan, which I can turn upside down, and he just grows in stature like a real fucking beast. I'm really getting like a bit waxing lyrical here, but look at the size of this chungus Chad. Ghazghkull Thraka is victorious. And that is the story, the grand old story of 16.3 Ghazghkull Thrakas fighting a Warlord Titan. Proof that perhaps when it comes to paying to win, you can't do it with shit Forged World Titans. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it was at least mildly interesting. I flip the table. It's just a fucking flight of fancy. I'll spawn from some meme and a voice call on my Discord at some point. If you enjoy this kind of shit, subscribe, leave it a like as well. Maybe share this with your friends. And how about you just sign up to my Patreon, get involved, $2 a month. Go on. You know you want to give me some money. Thanks for watching. If you like this, watch this video here on screen now. It's about Horace being a naughty boy. Ta-ta for now.